Since the Toyota Camry's debut, each redesign was basically the same leading up to the 6th Gen Camry. They were larger, more powerful, and just a bit better equipped to stay competitive in the market. This was the best-selling car in America since 2002, and for good reason. The Camry hit its peak in 2007, selling 474,000 cars. However, that was also the Camry's worst year. The XV40 Camry is overall a solid car, but there are a few issues that do pop up. Welcome back to another episode. Today I'll be talking about common issues that may arise with the 2007 through 2011 Camry to better educate you about your ride or better inform you on your purchase. Let's get started. In the 6-speed transmissions, the 3rd to 4th gear can slip. Sometimes it does it once per drive, and other times it happens a lot more frequently. You can try to change out the transmission fluid and the filter, and it may fix the issue. But if you notice any debris in the oil, you may need to prepare to replace that transmission. Throughout the cabin, there is hard and cheap plastics that just break over time. That's just a cheap manufacturing issue by Toyota, and Toyota simply cutting corners to save money. The 2AZ FE 2.4-liter 4-cylinder models have an oil consumption issue due to defective piston rings allowing oil to get into the combustion chamber, and therefore you will start burning oil. You may start seeing smoke from the tailpipe if it's bad enough, or you will see your oil level slowly getting low. Because of this, blown engines are common. In 2014, the class action lawsuit came up, and Toyota gave an enhanced warranty program basically reimbursing you the bill of fixing this issue all the way to 2016. But there is another program. If you pass an oil consumption test and the car is under 10 years old and under 150,000 miles, Toyota will yet again reimburse you and fix the issue. The warranty is a bit crappy, and the issue typically does get bad around 95,000 miles, and most cars should have been fixed by now. If you are worried, simply just avoid their 4 cylinders, or if they have records of it being fixed, you'll be good to go. There were other cars affected with this issue in the Toyota lineup, so just keep your eye out. The V6 engine is very reliable and does last a very long time. However, the water pumps are known to go out, and it's not hard to replace. While you are doing that, go ahead and replace any old hoses and the thermostat. If there is red fluid on the ground, then that's your power steering fluid. It is somewhat common for the return line on the power steering pump to leak. Also, not a very hard repair. It is very typical for the suspension to go out prematurely. Some owners even reported springs breaking, and if that happens, your car will basically sink to the floor, and you can still drive the car like that. It will just be a very harsh ride. New springs and shocks are fairly cheap, and any mechanic can get it done. However, I would get a few quotes so you do not get scammed, and I would avoid the dealership. It is very common for the cheap plastic dash to melt and become sticky, especially if you live down south in the USA. The cheap route would be a dash mat, which is what I would probably do, or you could replace the entire dash. And that's not the easiest thing to do, especially without breaking cheap plastics, and that would be pretty expensive. Although Toyota does make reliable cars, they do make clunkers here and there. The 4 cylinders is definitely one of those clunkers. The Honda Civic for the same generation is more reliable in my opinion. Well, I hope this video helped you out on your purchase. Humans do make mistakes, and I could have easily missed a common issue. So post your issues down below if you have a Camry. If this helped you out, be sure to press the like button and subscribe to learn more about cars. This is Chris AutoMotivate. Always appreciate and respect one another. I'll see you next time.